I'm Stuart Rees. I'm the author of Cruelty or Humanity. The story is that post-COVID societies face a choice between a continuation of cruelty or a commitment to humanity. That commitment will shortly be expressed in song by two wonderful singers, former Congolese refugees. Their brother introduces them and the story of this book.
Hey guys, my name is Miriam and Jemima Omari. I am the brother of Miriam and Jemima Omari. We are originally from the Democratic Republic of Congo. We lived in Malawi for 8 years as refugees. The 8 years in refugee camp were not easy. I think right now, with the current climate of the world, I think that one thing that we need is unity. Unity in our mind, unity in our hearts.
Nitaimba sifa zako mbele ya watu wote. Nitaimba sifa zako mbele ya watu wote. Kwa maana fadhili zako zadumu milele na milele. Amina.
And it's now my joy to talk to two close friends, Tracy Verdugo, who's a well-known Australian artist, and my friend and colleague, Dr Lydia Gitau, who's a human rights activist.
Stuart, I'm from Kenya, and I've worked with refugees from all over the world. And I'm just interested to know whether your book addresses issues to do with people from Southeast Asia, the Middle East, Africa, people who do not live in English-speaking countries.
Yeah. This has an international language, a language for humanity. I mean, the book is peppered with illustrations from Africa, from the Middle East, and from Southeast Asia. The notion of human rights, for example, is universal.
I see a lot of, I think the term is compassion fatigue. We're bombarded with so much. How would you recommend that we reach out to people on platforms like Facebook to talk about the book in a way that makes people feel optimistic for the future?
Yes. I mean, I think it's essentially about telling a story. For example, I spent time in refugee camps in Lebanon and other parts of the Middle East, in which, in one case, the leader of the camp said, "We only want the chance to prove that we are human beings." This beautiful man and his family had been locked up for about 30 years. So what could be, if that doesn't make people get off their couch, I'm not sure what will.
I also noticed that you have used quite a lot of poetry in the book. And I was just wondering, why so much poetry? Why poems?
I wanted something to dilute the cruelties, and poetry was an obvious choice because over the centuries poets have expressed hope and visions in ways that we cannot always find in prose.
So you finish by talking about a language of humanity and this notion of interdependence. What exactly do you mean by that? What is the importance of interdependence?
Well, we only have to look at the consequences of COVID-19 to learn about interdependence. Whether it's a pandemic or the threat of nuclear war or the threat of worldwide famine, or indeed the current destruction of the planet, that interdependence is crucial to our understanding about the future, but it also makes life much more interesting.
I would like to know your perspective about the protests that are happening right now in the US and all over the world about inequalities over race.
We have to have a vision about what I've called the language of humanity, which is about interdependence, which is about universalism, which in terms of treaties is about multilateralism. The joy of great music and great poetry and great artistry and great hospitality. That's what it's about. It's not about stigmatizing and punishing the other.
Zitanifuata mimi, nitakaa nyumbani mwa Bwana siku zote za maisha yangu, siku zote za maisha yangu, siku zote za maisha yangu.